Here's the thing, if you're a beginner learning how to draw on YouTube, you've probably only stumbled across some of the big names. It's Proko, Marc with his art school, and SamDoesArt. But there are some incredible teachers hidden in plain sight. Lessons and educators that are so good that they could really influence how much you progress in your learning journey. I spent almost 2 years fucking scrolling through YouTube trying to find these hidden gems. From comics to color theory to figure drawing, but most importantly to the foundations, the shit that we really need. So today I'm going to show you 6 that almost no beginner finds. Some of them you might have stumbled across, but you'll probably get to see their full catalog of what they really do have to offer, because some of it isn't actually on YouTube. And hopefully I'm going to show you the next teacher that you are going to bookmark for when you need them most. The first one is a comic book artist who has drawn some of the most iconic and memorable characters in the industry. But here's what most people don't know, he is also one of the best teachers out there when it comes to creating figures and line quality. The only problem is that he hasn't posted on YouTube for over a year. So unless you're hunting for him, you're probably not going to get his videos pushed out to you. I am talking about David Finch. His back catalog is packed with posing figures, line weight, hatching, and creating dynamic characters. And even if comics aren't your thing, these lessons still apply to every style of drawing. And if you vibe with his teaching, his website has everything neatly organized, plus it's filled with courses that are definitely worth bookmarking. This next one is tricky because technically his best lessons won't be found on his channel. He's one of those rare artists that has insane skill, but he's also a world-class educator when it comes to the fundamentals. I'm talking about Peter Hahn. He is the mind behind the Dynamic Bible, and it's called that for a reason. If you can track a copy down, it is a gold mine for learning to draw from imagination. But even if you can't, there is a secret stash. CGMA's YouTube channel is filled with a backlog of Peter Hahn's lectures, buried deep in their uploads. You just gotta know where to look. If you go to the channel and search for the name, you're gonna find a bunch of classes that are worth their weight in gold, especially for beginners who need a rock solid foundation. Now let's talk about color, but don't freak out yet. It is a very complex topic, and if you are in the beginning stages, you probably don't need to explore color just yet. But there is one teacher who explains painting and color in a way that I could finally understand, even with my very limited knowledge. The surprising part is that he has almost 1 million followers, but because he doesn't post so much, you might not get his videos pushed out to you just yet. This is Marc Brunet, and he is a children's book illustrator who has a very, very good series of 10 minutes to better painting, and is one of the best crash courses into learning how to paint and understanding color. But here's the kicker, his real shit lays outside of YouTube. Now, I am not sponsored by Skillshare, but if I was, this is what I would recommend. Now, Marco really vibed with me because one of my goals is to be able to illustrate children's books. So when I went further and tried to learn from him, I discovered that on Skillshare, all of his courses are available. So if you've been sitting on a Skillshare free trial, I highly recommend going there and checking out his catalog. That's what I did. I ended up checking them all out, going to his website, and then purchasing the ones that I really liked for myself. And then I went out and grabbed his foundation book, which is also packed filled with fundamental knowledge. If you found any value here, leave a like and subscribe, but more importantly, leave a comment down below for an underground teacher that I have missed, and share the love. If you've ever been searching for the best book to learn figure drawing, one name will always pop up. But most people don't realize that he actually has a very small YouTube channel where he shares a shitload of knowledge too. The book is Figure Drawing Design and Invention, and the teacher is Hampton. His approach, I believe, is a little bit more advanced, but if you are at all interested in drawing characters or figures, he's definitely one that you want to bookmark and come back to later. His channel is not optimized to pop off in the algorithm, which is why you've probably missed this one. But his lessons on there are free, but they could easily be paid content. But if you're looking for a more structured approach from him, he has so many lessons available on Proko's website. All right, the next guy calls himself the Creature Teacher. He has worked as a Disney animator for years, and he has now turned all that experience into wonderful lessons for us. But here's the important thing, even if you are not interested in drawing animals, almost every educator that I have come across, all of these YouTuber gurus, most of them talk about animation and how powerful it is. At its core, it is literally giving life to your drawings. And that's exactly what his lessons are about. His name is Blaise, and his channel is filled with stuff from anatomy all the way to creature design. Even if you just want to check out how fucking cool old school animation is, definitely check his stuff out. And if you really vibe and connect with his style of teaching, he has a massive library on his website filled with affordable courses. This last teacher I've only recently stumbled across, and he's probably one of the most under the radar guys on this list, but I have really started to dig into his stuff because I love his style. His YouTube videos are very limited, but even that small collection is packed filled with value. The real value though is that he goes live every week. He streams live drawing sessions where you can watch his process from start to finish, while he drops little nuggets of gold throughout the whole process, which is amazing because I love his style and I would one day love to try and replicate replicate parts of it. But it's very rare that someone's style that you love also loves to share their process, which is just awesome for us. His name is Eblen, and if you're looking for something a little bit more stylized and personal, his live streams feel almost like a personal mentorship. If you're into longer stuff that you can just throw on a TV and listen to while you're drawing, I think this might be a place for you. Bookmark his channel and check out one of his live streams. It's probably the closest thing to sitting next to an actual illustrator while they work. So these are 6 other art teachers that I've come across in my learning journey. They're not the biggest names that the algorithm shoves in your face, but if one of them really clicks for you, they have so much content out there for you to learn, and it might really change how you approach your learning. Now remember, I do want to hear from you. Who's your underground teacher that most people don't know about, but they really fucking should? Drop the name in the comments, and I would love to compile another list of people that I still have in my backlog or that you have shared with us as well. And if you got a bit of value from here, subscribe, like, do your thing. Take care.